Many times when we go through life transitions, it can be easy to look back at the past, especially in recent years, and kind of see them through rose-colored glasses just a little bit. What's up, VIPs? Welcome to my channel. And if you've ever gone through anything where your life has transitioned, you know that looking back over those things can often bring up a bit of nostalgia. And nostalgia often brings those good memories, those happy feelings, and a bit of skewed reality by looking at our life through very rose-colored glasses. But because of that, it can make our present situation seem like it's so much worse, or like it's never going to be as good as it used to be in the past. By the way, if you're new to the channel, my name is Derek, and I help people just like you to discover life after sight loss. I create content each week, so if you're new here, I would love for you to consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that bell icon so that you can get notified when I release new videos. A good example of a life transition that might make us look back in nostalgia is what my family's going through right now. We're in the process of selling our home and purchasing a new one. Yeah, we're moving, and moving can often bring up some feelings. Now, some of those feelings are a bit, struggles because we got to pack all these boxes and move to other houses. But when we look back on the time we've had in this house, we can say, wow, do you remember all those great times? The birthday parties we celebrated, the Christmas when we decorated, the great times we had playing out in the yard, and the way we decorated the rooms, and all these good natural feelings, which again aren't false, but we often focus on those instead of saying, yeah, but do you also remember how we had to repair the house, and this gave us troubles, and the big yard we had to mow, and how we didn't have this at the house and we actually wanted this, and all those things. And again, not to say they were terrible, but we don't get a full picture of things because we're so focused on those nostalgic feelings. And that's a lot of times what can happen when we face sight loss. When we look back at our lives when we were sighted, we can say how great our life was, how so much better it was when we were sighted. Things were way easier. I could drive and I didn't have to worry about all these things I do now. And the truth is, yes, your life was different, but it doesn't mean that sight made it better. We oftentimes think that sight made our lives so much better and gave us identity and purpose. And now sight loss has made our lives terrible and stripped our identity and purpose all away. And that is just simply not true. It's not that our life is worse, it's just that it's different. Sure, your life as a sighted person may have been easier in certain situations. With transportation and ease of access and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I can definitely give you that. And sure, your life as a visually impaired person is a little more challenging. You've got to face things in a different way, and accessibility is always a trial. But even though those things are true, it does not automatically mean our life as a visually impaired person is terrible and our life as a sighted person was wonderful. You have to look at the entire picture. Now, I'm not suggesting you look back on your life and say, find all the bad stuff. Remember that? It was terrible. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not suggesting you look at your life now and only look through positive rose-colored glasses at your present situation. I'm suggesting you look at the whole picture and realize that a sighted person's life isn't better than a blind person's life. It's just different. And you, as a sighted person, weren't better than you as a visually impaired person. It was just different. In fact, you are the same person. You just have some different struggles that you face now that you've gone through sight loss. So I wanted to just encourage you and maybe just remind you that if you're struggling with this idea, especially if you've recently lost your sight, your life isn't so much worse right now. It's just different. And your life as a sighted person wasn't so much better. It's just different. So take these few moments to remember that and take those rose-colored glasses off, looking at the past, looking at the present, looking at the future, and just realize that life is life. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not, but it is your life and it's your opportunity to live it to its fullest potential. All right, guys, now it is your turn. I want to hear from you. And my question for you today is this: how do you feel when you look back at your sighted life? How does it make you feel? Do you feel like it's great and wonderful, and do you feel like your life now is terrible? Or do you feel like that life was awful and this life is great? I'd love to hear from you, and I know others would as well, so let me know in the comments below. Hey, if you liked this video, if you found it encouraging, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, share it with somebody that you know, and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss another single video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember that sight loss isn't the end, it's just the beginning. My name's Derek Daniel from LifeAfterSightLoss.com, and I'll see you in the next one.